everybody, this is Tom with The Board Gamer. Today we're going to do a quick overview and review for this game. If you want the full how-to, go ahead and click this icon up here or the link in the description. Now let's get into it. Fight the Blight is a 2 to 6 player game for ages 13 and up with an average gameplay length of 15 to 30 minutes, published by Ghostfire Gaming. The basic overview of Fight the Blight has each player fighting to be the last human alive. To do this, you will place skull cards in front of your opponents until they surpass the infection limit. Once a player is equal to or passes the limit, they will become a zombie and continue the game by spreading the infection. But beware, they can revive themselves by zombifying the player with a golden chalice. Fight the Blight is a very accessible card game. The theme may not be flowers and bunnies, but the art leans more towards the cartoon style of zombies, making them more funny than scary. This base game has a limited variety in its card types, but with the added expansion, you can keep your attention for longer than expected. Let's take a look at what's inside and see if it's worth saving or if it should be left to those zombies. The components for Fight the Blight are just cards. The cards are well made and have decent art on them. The art has a cartoon look, making what could have been a very gruesome and not fun to look at game more welcoming and fun to play. All the text is pretty clear and the skulls are very easy to see. Some people I played with wish the Blight cards were either more obvious or just no different than the other cards, but I disagreed with them. I feel having the subtle difference with the eye color on the cards rewards the players that are paying attention and messes with the players that are scheming too hard to notice the difference. Being a card game, the rules are pretty easy. Take 3 actions and try to stay alive. I think what really makes Fight the Blight accessible is the cards are color coordinated. Red for attack, blue for healing, and purple for defense. This makes it easier to know what you have at a glance versus having to sit and read every card in your hand. This accessibility also shifts the game more into the party game territory, which I don't mind, especially because even if you are a zombie, the game isn't over until all but one player is still human. But I will say the more players you have, the longer the game tends to be. Now that is not a complaint, just an observation. When playing Fight the Blight, you may first think it is a low strategy game with high luck. But once the first player gets zombified and the golden chalice comes into play, you immediately see the luck drop and the depth of the strategy this game has, especially for the zombie players. At times, when zombified, you'll want to draw those death cards. This is helpful when searching for the cure or just to collect, so you have more death cards than the infection limit. So you are able to get rid of all those cards whenever you revive. As a human player, you almost want some skulls in front of you so you can avoid being the target the golden chalice brings and fly under the radar. Either way, the surface of Fight the Blight may seem like a luck-based card game, but once you bite into the meat of this game, the strategy flows out and it is very, very satisfying. The replay value for the base game is average in my opinion, like most card games tend to be. But when you add the expansion, which I highly recommend you do, the replay value takes off. You can go through all the cards of the base game pretty quick. Adding the expansion allows for more variety with every hand. I won't say it's necessary to get the expansion, but I will say if this is a game you think you will enjoy for a good amount of time, it really helps having the expansion. The zombie theme is not something new. In Fight the Blight, the infection comes from bug-like creatures and spreads from bites. The art gets that point across while staying away from the gruesome nature of the topic. The addition of the golden chalice seems a bit out of place where the theme is concerned, but I will say for the emotional connection, the golden chalice is exactly that. Throughout our playthroughs, reviving yourself using the golden chalice was almost more satisfying than winning the game. Being able to remove the red cards from in front of you, and at times all the black death cards in front of you as well, is so satisfying. And it usually leads to a win. It resets your board and allows you to take out others that are already close to their limit. Although the theme isn't strong, the fun I had playing the game was satisfying enough for me to not care. Bottom line, Fight the Blight is a card game that works all the way from 2-player dueling game to a 6-player, and in my opinion, a couple more with the expansion party game. This board gamer says, do not fight the urge to play Fight the Blight. Not boring. Thanks for watching. Please like, subscribe, and ring the bell to get notified about new videos. If you're bored now, click this for more games.